HarperCollins and HarperAudio present Irma, The Education of a Mother's Son by Terry Mcdonell. Read by Joe Knezevich. Single mothers, fatherless sons. And for my sister, Cheryl Noreen Eldon Kirby, Irma's daughter. Proem. I gave birth to a son, and he shot up equal to a seedling. I nurtured him like a shoot in the choicest spot of the orchard, only to send him off on curved ships to Troy, to fight Trojan men. Lament of Thetis, the Iliad, chapter 18, lines 52 through 64. Homer. Every life is in many days, day after day. We walk through ourselves, meeting robbers, ghosts, giants, old men, young men, wives, widows, brothers in love, but always meeting ourselves. Ulysses, James Joyce. Part 1. Fighter Pilot. 1. Air stations. He hated secrets. There were already too many things he did not want to know, and they prowled around in his head long after his innocence was gone, and he could speak for himself. Irma. After Bob goes down, it is just Irma and me. Men notice. I hear them say Irma is a dish. Irma drives a Chevy Club coupe with a jump seat that folds down flat. Irma likes to drive, and sometimes I sleep in the back. We get around. We moved to places where she and Bob lived when he was a fighter pilot. There is always an air station, like the U.S. Naval Air Station at Norfolk, where I was born. After Norfolk, we live in Memphis, and then Gulf Breeze, which is part of Pensacola. I have no memory of Norfolk, or Memphis, or Pensacola, although I have been back to look at them. They mean nothing to me now. Irma went to college and gets to be a school teacher anywhere she wants, like Orange, Texas. She never lived there with Bob, but there is an air station, and she knows some of the pilots from when Bob was not dead. Orange is where I start remembering things, like my first cowboy boots, which Irma gives me on Easter Sunday, the same day I get my first bee sting. I have a photograph. I am in my boots with shorts and kid suspenders. That is all I am wearing. I am playing on the lawn, and the bee gets me on my knee. I run to our porch, and one of Irma's friends from the air station pulls apart one of his Chesterfields and tapes the tobacco on my sting. He says it will fix me right up. And it does. I do not remember his name, which is not right because he sleeps over sometimes, and we roughhouse before I go to bed. He tells me clover is coming up on the lawn or there would not be any bees. I remember that too. Just not his name. When Irma gets tired of Texas, we drive the Chevy back to Minnesota to live with Nana and Pops in Duluth, where Irma and Bob fell for each other. The house is on High Street and has a long porch across the front. Irma says this is where Bob was a little boy and shows me how you can see Lake Superior from the porch. As soon as we get inside and stop hugging each other, Nana looks at my cowboy boots and tells Irma they will ruin my feet. I make up how I am pretty sure Bob had cowboy boots. Everybody laughs, and I think Irma will say it is okay for me to have my boots. But Nana takes them off me and puts them away, like we never even lived in Orange, Texas. When I start to cry, Pops tells me Bob never cried. On Saturdays, we drive out to Grandma and Grandpa's farm in Solon Springs, where Irma was a little girl. Irma calls her mother Frony, which is short for Sophronia, so I call her Frony too. My grandpa is just Grandpa. They have a cow named Bossy the Cow, and chickens that I like, and an old dog that never wants to play. Frony bakes bread. The room where I sleep with Irma has tiny rosebuds all over the walls. When I lie down for my nap, I wonder how many there are, but I cannot count that high. Grandpa has a workshop in the shed next to the barn.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?